This is a tape reel. This is a 1/4 inch tape. And on my screen are several tape simulation plugins. And those are the ones I'm going to review today. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Snake Oil or Not, my weekly episode in which I check plugins and see if they do what the manufacturer says they do. Today I'm doing a bunch of plugins for the review, and the ones I'm doing is the Kramer master tape. I hope it's a creamer because then it will cream the... Next one is also from Waves, it's the J37. Then from Tone Boosters, the Real Buzz, the Saturn from FabFilter, the Logic built-in distortion just for comparison. And what I made prior to this review are 4 audio files that I've run through a real tape machine. Let's first look at the user interfaces of all plugins. So it really looks like a tape machine, it even runs like a tape machine. 1/3 of the plugin size is 2 reels of tape that are running and you cannot do anything with it. Oh, and when I click on it, they stop and they... Interesting. So we got a lot of analog looking buttons. They are not analog, they are on my screen and my screen is fucking flat. So we've got bias setting. Bias setting, when you over bias a tape machine, it will crunch more. And if you do it normally, then it will stay as transparent as possible. Then we've got record level and playback level, which we can use to drive the tape. So when turning up the record level, we will drive more on the tape, we will get more distortion. Then we've got a flux setting, and it isn't really clear to me directly what it does, but I think it's got something to do with the tape that's on there, because tape also has got a number. We've got whoa and flutter, and if you don't know what whoa and flutter is, let's turn that button up. Do you hear the guitar? That's whoa and flutter. That happens on tape machines that aren't in good condition. It isn't something you can make with a setting on a real tape machine. So if your capstan motor has got problems or the head alignment is not good, then you will get these artifacts. But on good tape machines, there aren't these artifacts, or well, so minimalistic that you won't hear them. And we can also, the famous Waves button with the noise. Nobody wants noise, so let's turn that one off. The next one, the J37. Waves made it even worse in this one with the user interface. In this one, half of the screen is doing nothing and is only displaying the reels of a tape machine. If I want to look at a reel, I'll just put a reel in front of my monitor, okay? It just does nothing, so why is it there? Also in here we can choose the tape styles, so the formulas in which the magnetic tape is developed. We've got in and output, the same. It's a different button. It's easier to control this one because it's linear. We've got speed, of course, so high speed and low speed. We can over bias in 2 settings. We've got a built-in delay. I'm not featuring the delays, so this part I'm not featuring. VU meters, we've got a bypass button, of course. We also have a whoa and flutter setting, and this one is more controllable, but still. Move on to the Tone Boosters one, and I like this user interface much more because it's clear and clean. It does have 2 spiffy VU meters, but the rest is much more overviewable, kind of. So I can directly see what I'm doing. No strange things, so that's cool. Then the Saturn, and the Saturn is actually a distortion plugin, not a real tape plugin. But the standard setting on the Saturn is when you open it that it does warm tape compression. So it's cool for the comparison. We all know FabFilter. FabFilter doesn't give a shit about analog user interfaces. They make the best user interface they can think of. And then the last one is from Logic, which isn't a tape saturation, but is a distortion plugin also. And I want to just have it here for comparison. I'm first doing high speed settings and then I'm doing low speed settings. So this is Kramer, high speed. Let's turn the flutter down. I think I like this setting. Like that. The J37. Let's also check what this thing can do. A bit like that. Okay, let's compare the 2 Waves ones. Interesting. Although the J37 is running on high speed, it does cut away some highs. Okay, the real bus, let's do that one. It's got a setting that's called Swiss 7715 IPS. Studer is Swiss, so I think that's the setting we should start with. Whoa, a lot of high cutting. Where's the highs? Where are the highs? I think I need to insert an EQ after this one. All the highs are gone. Okay. What a big difference. And that real bus is really like, it's like the Kramer has got the most high frequencies, then the J37, and then the real bus almost doesn't have high frequencies. And the interesting thing is, if you run a tape machine on low speed, it will cut out some highs, but on high speed it doesn't really matter. It really has a lot of highs. Listen to this, a Studer on high speed. It's got much more highs than the real bus, and also the telefunken on high speed. Hope you understand that one. Let's move on with the Saturn. I'm only using that drive button on the Saturn. The Saturn is really advanced, but I'm not going into that right now. It's just for comparison. I will post a separate video with a comparison of all these files over here. Boom! And right now I'm really interested in what the real bus is doing on a low speed. So let's also set the other ones to low speed. Let's keep the rest of the settings the same. I did it also on the real tape machines. Whoa! 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 So this is interesting. All those tape machines also have a low speed setting. And that one is made so you can record twice as much on the tape. So this one would record 1.5 hours. The thing is, the design on the tape machines is that on high speed they are as transparent as possible, which you could also hear from the demos. And on low speed they cannot be as transparent as possible, and that's where the magic happens. That's also where the magic happens with this comparison. Listen carefully to the hi-hat. The hi-hat, the tick, 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 tick. You can really hear the difference between the digital and the analog one. You can hear that the hi-hat keeps its digital sounding high-end layer, while in the Studer it's almost not a hi-hat anymore. It's just what your taste is if you want it or not, but there is the difference. In the Studer it's much more creamier. I think that's the word, creamier. And also the kick is really interesting. So in the Studer you really get a poof in your face, like. And in the Kramer one, it's like it's gone. It's like it isn't there anymore. The J37 is also interesting. Let me turn the distortion a bit down on this one. You know, it still keeps its digital high layer. And that is the one we want to kill by using tape machine. That's where the tape machines are for. And it's still in the plugin. Yeah, so the real bus sounds like it's got a low pass filter on it, on the input or something, like it's a chain with a few effects on it. And a low pass filter is not the same as tape compression. In the tape machine there's something happening with the high frequencies that it will come back somewhere else. Like a good example is listen to the transients in the hi-hat. The you will still get that tinkling, that sound, you will still get it, but in a different way. So it mimics it in a different way, so it can cut the high end. So the real bus just cuts the highs. So interesting. So here's the conclusion to my video. Tape machine plugins, well, first of all, if they take half of your screen space with displaying a reel-to-reel tape machine, only one reel, you're wasting space on your display. I hate it. Don't go for them. If I would choose between all of those, I would buy the FabFilter Saturn, and that's not because I'm sponsored by FabFilter, because I'm not, but that's because of a few reasons. First of all, the Saturn is really versatile, so you can mimic tape, but you can also do other things with it. And the user interface is just the best. It's quick, it's easy, and you can go all ways with it. So go for the Saturn. You know, you can make a preset of your favorite tape machine with it if you're a bit handy with the buttons. If you've got more money to spend, go ahead and buy a used telefunken M15 tape machine. I've got one over here. And what I really like about that machine is you can throw it off a cliff and it will still work. So yeah, they sell for, I think, under €1,000. So if you got more money to spend, go and buy a telefunken M15. You can also email me with your track and ask me politely if I can run it through my tape machine. That's also possible. Just don't go for those fake tape machines, because it's cool, but why should you need them? I don't see a reason to own those plugins. So that's the conclusion of this snake oil or not video. Tape machine plugins, snake oil. Let's just say yes, they suck. That being said, I want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel over here and check out my other videos over here. One of those will be, maybe this one or this one, will be a comparison between all those plugins and the original file and whatnot. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.